Howdy folks, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be looking at how to bake the colour from the materials of your object onto a UV map. So let's get right into that. Before we begin, I'm just going to check by going into my properties panel here that we've got cycle selected. And that's important because if you've got Eevee selected, you won't be able to texture bake. It only works in cycles. So I'm now going to go up to and let me just show you that I've already created two materials, a red one and a blue one, and applied them onto my mesh cube here. And also, if I just pull that out a little bit and change that to the UV editor, if I select my cube and go into edit mode, you'll be able to see that I've UV unwrapped my cube and I've got a texture here. I think this one is called my UV map. So those things are already in place. So let's just set that back to properties. Now I'm going to go into at the top here, into the shading workspace, and I'm also going to go to my downloads folder because that's where I'm going to save my UV map. So let's just make sure I've done that. I'm going to go back to my UV editor. I'm going to make sure that I've selected the right UV map. That one there we go. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to make sure I've saved that. So save as. I'm going to put it in my downloads folder. There we go. Downloads my uvmap.png. I'm just going to save that. There we go. And if I refresh that, we should now see it. There we go. So that's my saved UV map. Now in order to bake our material, here we can, I'm going to set that back now I've done that. If I can get a hold, not that one. If I can get a hold of the window, go back to the start. There we go. I was just scrolling my mouse to do that. So let's go back to our properties panel. That's better. So, and if we have a look at the colours, so we can see, let's change over to the red one. I've currently got my red material selected, and you can see that the red shader, material shader, is connected to the output, which actually allows you to kind of see it on the cube there. In order to bake, we need to have a copy of our UV map in each of our textures. So to do that, we can grab the texture from up here and just drag it and drop it into the material. So that's done the red material. Let's do the same thing to the blue material. There we go. And it's important that these textures are actually selected. They don't need to be connected to anything. They just need to have the white outline around them. So now, and I'm going to go to my little window down here, and I'm going to change that to my UV editor. Just scroll out a bit so we'll be able to see that texture as it bakes. So if we go into our properties panel, we can go down to the bake tab, just click it, and the bake type at the moment is combined. Well, we actually only want diffuse. Diffuse is like techie speak for just the colour, and we also don't want to take lighting into account, so I'm going to disable those so that we've only got the colour option enabled. And for margins, 16 is a bit big, I'm going to set that down to 1 pixel. 1 pixel, there we go. And now I'm going to say bake. So I'm just going to press on the bake button. You can see at the bottom of the screen the texture, the texture is currently baking. And there we have it. So you can see that it's nicely baked our materials onto our texture. So let's go back to our layout. And of course I will need to either go up to File and say External Data Automatically Pack into Blend File, or I will have to go into the UV editor and save the image. So I can just do a save on that, and that will make sure that your image is saved. Okay, I hope that clears up material baking to a UV map. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.